Strap yourself in, because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favourite podcasts. Leicester Till I Die TV, your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
And now, here's your host.
Right, Chris.
All white junkies, how the devil are you? Welcome back. Sloppy second time tonight. I'm talking about sloppy seconds. That's what Liverpool are looking like against Man United at the moment. Do you know what? We thought it was hard to predict last season. It's going to be even harder this season. And you know what? I'm glad, because tonight, let me tell you, we are going to be welcoming back. You missed him. You've been asking after him. And you'll see Steve Lynex will be back straight after.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform
Or ask your smart speaker
to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die. Broadcasting live worldwide.
Hello, welcome back, Steve.
Good evening.
How the devil are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm doing really well. I chat with you before we started, and I'm beating you, so...
Yeah, no, this is why I'm glad you're back. Hang on. Let me just get this right. You're beating me. Your first show. You're standing for beating me.
I'm beating you already. I've not even been on.
Yeah, no, that's how bad it is. It's just not fair. But glad to have you back. I might stand a chance now. And this guy's doing all right as well. Brad, are you there?
I am, sir. I'm just trying to sort this camera out, but I am here. How are you both? Doing all right?
Well,
I'm doing fine, thanks, mate.
Steve just dug the knife in me there and twisted it a little bit, but apart from that, I'm doing well. Back to a reasonable normality, I guess, you know. Does he fancy playing on the wing tomorrow night at Edgley Park? Are you free, Steve?
Well, I'd love to, mate. Absolutely love to.
Hey, I tell you what, you couldn't do any worse than that lot at the moment. But hey, we've discussed that on so many shows. We are having, I was going to say we're having a Rodgers free show tonight, but rumours are that he could walk before he's sacked. I tell you what, confused me, guys. I was under the impression that sort of Leicester City are sort of going for sort of young players. Would you agree with me?
I think they should. To be honest. Yeah. I think Leicester need to get their identity back, because at the moment they've got no identity. There's too much square and back passing, and I think you need to get a style of play like every club now seems to have at the start of the season. You can see changes all over the league, and people are starting to play now to their own identities, which is hopefully going to carry on through the season.
Yeah. And would you agree, Brad, that we should, you know, I mean, I thought we already were playing, you know, quite young players.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the Leicester mantra. The identity has definitely been lost on the pitch. You see that with how they're playing at the moment, and how they're giving games and dropping points away. The way they go about their business in terms of promoting youth and you know, and trying to mix the experience with the youth. I think Leicester probably one of the best doing it on paper. You look at the squad; it's still a really good squad. It shouldn't be struggling to get positive results out of the likes of Brentford and Southampton.
Yeah.
Most
Sorry, your camera's gone again, Brad, by the way.
Oh, okay. I'll see what I can do, mate. I'll see if I can sort it.
Yeah. The only reason I was saying that to you, because I don't know whether either of you or anybody that's watching actually subscribes to The Athletic, but they have got a big, good piece in the latest edition, if you like, or if you log onto the website, each Premier League club's age profile for player recruitment in the past 10 years. Now, Leicester City are the second. Well, we have the recruitment of the second oldest in the Premier League. Our average is 26 years, 1 month. Only West Ham, by 6 months, recruit on average older than us. And the percentage of signings aged 30 or above in the last decade, we are highest at 22.95%. Now, I don't know about you, Steve, but that surprised me. But it completely flies into the, unless these figures aren't taken into account, the Brendan effect of bringing the young player. I don't know. What would your thoughts be on that?
So my thoughts is, if you're going to bring the younger players in, you've got to let the younger players play. You can't bring them in and stifle them and get them to play in systems and the way the modern game's going. I think you've got to have some young lads that are showing promise, but you've got to let them carry on that promise on the pitch. You can't get them to change their style to suit the play of the first team. And I think that's where the football's going stale, because like you just did a nail on the head, you're buying, it's like a round trip. You're buying all the older players, which are going from club to club to club. And I think a lot of the clubs are going stale because you've still got the same kind of old playerish coming in who does play the same as they do now. And it's not changing anything. And I think, I saw the highlights of the game with Leicester. There's a lot of young players there, but you can see in their play and their faces that they've been told a certain way to play and they can't change it if it goes wrong.
Yeah.
But it's all one pace. They've only got one gear. There's no change of quickness. There's no change of direction. It just seems to be 90 minutes of you play you've been told. And I think that's where you've got to take that away from Leicester now. Get their own identity, get the younger players in, and just let them play. And you'll see a massive change. Honestly, you will do.
And Brad, were you surprised at those ages?
A little bit, but when you read the number 26 and a bit, you do have to look at the fact that Leicester keep experience head around the grounds. We talked about this a little bit in the post match, didn't we? I think when you brought it up to me last time, and you hear that we're really low down or really high up, say in the average age, but when it's 26 and a bit, I'd say that's probably the perfect age you're wanting a squad. Yeah, I know as well. People say Arsenal managed to do it with a really young squad, but that's with. You have to obviously then balance that out and look at the quality of that player, of the players they've got that help bring their age down. But I'm still impressed with our age around the ground, and it's only going to get lower where the years go by, because obviously Evans and Vardy won't be here forever. I know Vardy seemed like he will. He keeps signing extensions. He might do a Jimmy Anderson and play until he's 40. But we're going to see a dramatic drop in that as well with what's coming through our youth in the next coming seasons.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to let you go and see if you can sort your camera out, mate.
Yeah, no worries, mate. It's
so, and then after that, obviously, jump back in or whatever and catch up with the predictions. But here's how it's going so far, and I mean, I've got Jerry there because he was the last one to stand in for you. But last week, you can see how difficult it is there to get a correct prediction. Brad managed to get one, blast him, with the 3-0 Arsenal win over Bournemouth. I'm sorry, mate, but you did actually get a point, Steve, even though I know you're not fans of that up till tonight anyway, but that's what Jerry went for. So 16, and as you can see, I'm the big behind on 10. So fingers crossed for me, guys, that this week I might be able to get a little bit better. So let's go straight into this then, and let's bring this week's up. So like I say, it's 3 points for the correct score, 1 point for the correct prediction, and the red games are the ones that are on telly. So Steve, before this, you would have automatically presumed, would you not? Oh my, it's 2-0 Man United.
Oh dear Christ.
Oh my God.
Oops.
One job, Liverpool.
It'd be the grass's fault.
Well, I tell you what, I've got to be honest with you. If please don't adjust your sets, by the way. That is Liverpool's away strip. That's not your television going wrong. At least they've got a reverse strip. Let's be honest with you. We haven't. But yeah, was he onside? Oh, that's one of those. It might be offside. VAR are looking at. I mean, it. Show us the right angle, then VAR. Show us the right angle, because they don't tend to do that now, so that we can't have our own thoughts, do they? There we go.
Yeah, they give it still 2-0.
Really, I thought that might just sensible. And in fairness to Man United, it would have been harsh because it was one of those where they've got a toenail over the line. But, 2-0, Liverpool. They're not having a very good start. And looking at our first game here, Steve, I mean, Southampton hosting Man United, the early kickoff on the Saturday on BT. Normally, you would have said, previous seasons that this would have been a given for Man United.
It would have, but there again, the start that Man United's had, you would have turned around and said that the way Man United have been playing, it would have been a given for Southampton. But just watching the game now against Liverpool, they've gone back to the basics where they're closing people down, getting in the faces, getting the ball forward. Rashford's looking sharp as I've seen him play all season. And they're playing to his strengths now. So I think, if they can take that, what they're doing tonight, to Southampton, there could be a start of a thing for Man United.
Okay, so what's going to be your score prediction?
Going on the way they're playing tonight and the way they are attacking, if they can carry that on, I think Man United's going to go on and win 2-0.
2-0. 2-0 away win for United. Brad?
This was going to be a difficult one, but I'm going on the unpredictability of last week. I would have probably put it down as a draw before tonight. I know we should probably learn from false dawns, given what happens to Leicester on a regular basis, let alone anybody else in this division. But I'm gonna actually now go 2-0 to Manchester United. Right.
Okay. Now I'm going to be honest with you here because, may as well change from me lying to you, doesn't it? I think this could be a false dawn. Because I think when you look at Man United, if they can't get up for this game against Liverpool, then there's something wrong. This is their Man United fans, yes, they want to win things, but if they finish 3rd, 4th, 5th, but manage to beat Liverpool twice, they're going to be happy. That's what it means to them. And at the moment, they are totally and utterly destroying Liverpool. They're just going straight through them. Liverpool have got no answer. But I'm wondering if this is more a Liverpool problem, because Liverpool haven't started the season well, more a Liverpool problem than it is maybe a Man United. And I'm going to disagree with you both. I'm actually going to go 1-1. I think Southampton are fooling us. I think Ralph's turned it round at Southampton. We always say this, but I mean, when you look at the fact that he sat there when we was 2-1 down to 1-0 down to Leicester and thought I can still win this, and made the tactical decisions to do it, maybe just maybe he's getting things right at Southampton. So yeah, I'm going for. I think I'm going to go for a 1-1. I was thinking 2-2, but I'm going to go for a 1-1. Brentford, Steve, good start to the season for them. Somehow they managed to throw it away against Fulham, going down 3-2. But other than that, they'd had 2 wins. But Everton played well in that opening game. I watched that opening game and they played really, really well. And I thought, oh, this is the new Everton here. But which way do you see this one going?
I think the way Brentford have started and the way they're playing at the moment, I think they'll end up winners on this one. Not too sure on the score at the moment, but I think Everton are still trying to find their feet. I think at the moment, Everton are a team that are going to draw a lot of games because I think they go so far up the pitch and they tend to run out of ideas at the moment. I think he's trying to get them more defensively sound and a bit more possession. So I think it's taken a bit away from Everton, but he's trying to, get them back to winning ways. But Brentford have started really well. They're looking sharp all over the pitch. I think they've got an attitude where they're not going to lie down for anybody because the momentum, the way the season started. So I can't see Everton scoring a lot of goals at the moment. So if anything, it could be another one where Brentford come out 2 or 3 winners. So I'm going to go for 2-0 again for Brentford.
2-0 Brentford. Right. Brad, Everton aren't that good away from home. They've won 1, drawn 1, lost 1, as Henderson is replaced. How do you see this one?
It's a difficult one, really, because Everton will probably be relieved to get what you'd probably call a steady start. I mean, at least if they've picked up more points than us, so it's steadier than our season. Brentford are doing well as well. I think a lot of people were expecting them to really suffer second season syndrome. Probably some even predicted not too dissimilar to Sheffield United. Shipping 3 goals though against a newly promoted side. They know what that's like. They know that feeling when you get you buckle up your arse and start scoring a couple. They're the teams you want to kind of beat or get something from, don't you? Just to back that, so you're not in a scrap of relegation. I can see it's been a tight affair on that basis as well, and I'm going to give it a not a bore draw, but I'm going 1-1.
1-1. Okay. Anthony's gone 2-1 to Brentford, and I've got to say, I think because it's at Brentford, I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but I'm actually going to agree with Anthony here. I'm going to go 2-1 to Brentford because I think they've lost Ericsson. We're actually watching him tonight, and I can't see Everton away from home. They just seem to be as bad as they always were. So I'm going to go for Brentford win 2-1. And please don't clip that and save the fact that I agreed with Anthony, please. Steve, Brighton versus Leeds. Now, I got Leeds to go down 1-1 to go down as one of the bottom 3. In fact, I got them going down in 20th position. Shows what I know. Brighton starting again well, but they always seem to do that, don't they? I mean, you got 3rd against 5th at the moment. They're both won 2 of their opening games and drawn 1, so neither of them have dropped points yet. Are either of them going to drop any points in this game?
I think at the moment Leeds look regenerated. They look sharper all over the pitch. A bit more determination. I think they get back to the old Leeds when they first came back up, making it hard for teams. Brighton, they're always going to be solid. They're going to try and win and play. But purely and solely on the way Leeds have started the season, I think I'm going to put this one down for a 1-1.
I'm going for 1-1. Right. The fence again. Right. Brad.
People hear me out first. I hate myself and I hate Brighton right now because I've been going around and I did a few prediction shows last week, Chris, and you'll know me. You'll know exactly what I did because you've got it. Put it up at the start of the show. What did I say about the Brighton West Ham game? Brighton have never lost to West Ham, but all good things have to come to an end. What happened? They went and kicked the crap out of West Ham as they always do, and I didn't take my own advice. So this time I'm going to go with my own gut instinct. I reckon it's going to be a great game. But you know what? For a team that apparently needs a striker because they haven't got any, which is they're scoring a lot of goals, aren't they, Brighton? And Leeds ain't too shabby at putting the ball in the net either recently. So I'm going to go for a high scoring one. I'm going to go for Brighton 3, Leeds United 2.
Ooh, okay. I mean, looking at it here, Leeds, like I say, 1 drawn 1, 7-3 for the goals, 4-1 with Brighton. I just think the wheels have got to come off for Leeds at some point. I'm going to have to agree with Steve on this one. I'm going to go 1-1. I think it will be a draw. If it was at Leeds, I think they might have. Oh God, I'm agreeing with Anthony as well. Again, good God, this has got to stop, Anthony. People will talk
You're
about
all falling into my trap like last year. You're all falling.
Leeds are just. I think they're just riding the crest of a wave at the moment, and I see that one being a draw. Oh, Steve, I daren't ask you, but I'm going to have to. Chelsea hosting Leicester. I mean, Leeds. We went to Chelsea last week and got a 3-0 win, or they hosted Chelsea and got a 3-0 win. And I can't see Leicester showing a tenth of that passion that Leeds did. Can you see Leicester getting anything from this?
Well, they've just got a spanking Chelsea. They're going to want to try and prove a point. Leicester, like we were talking about before the show started, they have to find their own identity. I think there's a lot of players that are holding back because I don't think they realise how to play the game at the moment. They're not doing anything off their own bat. They all seem to be like robots. It's all in one gear. Even if they attack, it's in one gear. If they get back, it's in one gear. They need to do what Man United are doing tonight, get in Chelsea's faces. But saying that, you can't get any worse than it's going. I think Chelsea at the moment are in a bit of a rut. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Leicester.
For Leicester?
Yeah.
My God, I wasn't expecting that. Hang on a minute. That has to get... That definitely has to get...
Be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
Brad, bring me back to normality. My head's spinning.
See, the thing is, you say normality, but look at the results we've already had this season. I mean, it's crazy already. I mean, who would thought not a single soul out there, not even the bravest of United fan, would be having them winning this game 2-0. You know, you look at Chelsea getting stuffed by Leeds and all the other results that have gone on. It's not out of the realms of possibility. I mean, we discussed Puel's tenure, didn't we? And we said, talked about how he beat Man City and Chelsea to keep his job for a couple of weeks. With unrest comes a knee-jerk reaction sometimes. Maybe Brandon will bang his head when he gets up on the morning of this game. But I just can't see it right now. I can't see it. I can see us scoring, but I can't see us getting anything. And I just can't give Chelsea the win, though, because they look really bad as well. So I'm going for a scoreline that I think happens quite a bit between Leicester and Chelsea. Really, and I'm going for a Desmond.
Yeah, for 2-2.
I don't know if you heard that, because my signal... I'll just make sure you heard that, because my signal...
Yeah, I got that. It is a complete...
I just can't go against them. I can't go against Leicester, I'm sorry.
I mean, Anthony, you've agreed with Anthony, Brad. So it's you as daft as me. John's in, not seen you for a while, John, mate. Hope you are well. Welcome along to the mad world of Leicester till I die. I hate going against my team, but at the moment, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. You know, when you've got a manager who will not play to his players' strengths, when you've got a manager who takes the winning formula of playing two up front and reverts back to one, when you've got a manager as stubborn as Brendan, I just can't see what the hell we're going to get, over the next however many games. I mean, we've got Chelsea, we've got Spurs, we've got, Man United, and you would be thinking of that. But, I'm looking at them tonight and they're going to run us ragged as well, and I don't think until Brendan goes, it will get any better at all. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go, I'm going to go for 2-0 to Chelsea. Because I can't say, and that's the first time in many years that I have gone against my own team. But Terry agrees with me. Terry's gone. It's a 3-1 to Chelsea, and he says the same. It's against us, but that's both. Do I sound negative, Steve? I'm sure.
I think there's a lot of people at the moment thinking the same way. But like you say, until Leicester get their identity back, they are going to struggle. But it's going to be one of these games where Chelsea are not firing on all cylinders at the moment. And it might be just the result that Rodgers needs by a scrappy, 1-0 win. So,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I hope he does. But, I'm looking at Man United and the way they are demolishing Liverpool. And I know Liverpool haven't had the best of starts, but I just can't see him. I know he's going to probably maybe give Fofana another game out because he doesn't, in case he's sold, and Fofana, bless him, he's sat in the corner crying like a little baby that he's not in the mood to play. Well, stop his wages. He insists on still playing Tielemans, even though he's playing absolutely shite at the moment. And Pratt, who wants to play, one of our best players in pre-season, gets 30 minutes against Arsenal, who were stuffing us at the time, and it was like throwing them to the wolves. So I've got to go with Chelsea because we've got a clown in charge at the moment. And like Terry says, Chelsea will bounce back in vengeance after the Leeds game. He will. Okay, next game. Bournemouth started off well, Steve, beating Aston Villa in the first game. Bless them, they've had a bit of a welcome back, kick up the backside since then. Manchester United, Spurs, I think they lost 2, didn't they? They've played some really, really, really tough games. I mean, let's have a look. Bournemouth, they lost to Man City, that was it. And then they lost to Arsenal. And now they've got Liverpool coming up. But that said, looking at this Liverpool performance, you do wonder, but Liverpool can't be this bad 2 games running, surely.
Well, it's just gone 3-0 now. I think, is it now 2-0? No, it's still 2-0. But looking at the game, I think Klopp's got a lot to worry about because there's that many players, top players, underperforming at the moment. And I think, you look at Trent Alexander, he's going into a sulking mood because he can't defend at the moment to save his life. You got supposed to have Van Dijk, one of the best defenders in the world apparently, but he's hiding and cheating and blaming everybody else. So I think Klopp's got a lot of problems. Bournemouth, they're going to treat every game like they are. It's new for them. They're not going to change their game plan. They're just going to keep doing what they do. So I think the problems are on Liverpool's side at the moment, which is good because you want all the main clubs to struggle, to see how they get through it. So, still saying that, I think Liverpool is still going to be too strong for Bournemouth. So I hope, they do well, but I can see Liverpool winning this 2-0.
2-0. Brad?
At least we're not the only team that's having a shocker of a start to the season. Liverpool, I didn't think they'd suffer from burnout, but it looks like that really could be the case. I know people say, well, it is still Manchester United at the end of the day, but they've been casting them aside and in a different stratosphere to how Liverpool go about their business compared to Manchester United, regardless of who's in charge. But I think they're going to suffer a bit more. People, a lot of people, when we just did our game, were saying that it's going to get, going to get worse before it gets better for Leicester. I think that could be the case for Liverpool. Remember when Man City were like 20 odd points off it and they completely frazzled out? I think if this continues, this could be Liverpool's season for it. And it's something I genuinely, like I just said, didn't expect. And I'm going to give Bournemouth something here. I'm going to say it's going to be 1-1. I think they'll be really ripped to shreds and nervous from this defeat, Liverpool. I don't think they'll like this after the way Manchester United are going through them.
I mean, no disrespect to Bournemouth. I mean, I want them to do well. I want them to stay up because obviously then I can go and see Leicester more because they're 10 minutes up the road from me. But I just, I think Liverpool will be thinking, thank God we've got Bournemouth or Fulham or, one of those sort of teams. Thank God we've got those coming up after this game because as much as Bournemouth is, they're going to be up for it, etc., etc. I can't see them getting anything from this. I'm with you on this, Steve. I think it's going to be Liverpool. Then, thank God, it's we've got Bournemouth now and not Man City. I'm actually going to go for a 3-0. They've lost 2 3-0s, Bournemouth. I'm going to get this for a 3-0 as well, and only because I can't agree with Anthony again, who's gone 2-0. So I'm going to go one more just to be different and go for 3. Manchester City hosting Palace. Now, Palace again, Steve. I mean, I hate to say that they're going to have a good season because they started well last season, but they've got the full bag so far. Started off losing to Arsenal, and we do know, Arsenal are, oh my God, Fernandes, that was such a dive. That was untrue. I'm sorry, that was a dive. We know Arsenal have got a good team, and I predict Arsenal to be, 4th or 5th this season. So, and then, of course, they got the draw against Liverpool, which was a hard-fought draw, and they deserved, of course. And then they beat Villa last week. Are Palace going to get anything from West Ham? Because obviously, from Man City.
I think if they go to Man City with the attacking prowess they've shown so far, I think there might have been a result on the cards. I thought Man City were dead and buried against Newcastle. I thought Newcastle got the game plan right and they made Man City look, not so good as they usually are. But Man City's Man City. They're going to, be able to score goals from the first minute to the 90th minute. So no matter how good Palace can be, I can't see Man City losing. So purely on this one, I'm going to go for a 3-1 to Man City.
Yeah. Brad, Man City can't play like they did against Newcastle at home, can they?
Well, I don't know. They can do, and they have done, and this is a perfect opposition to prove that example because they come unstuck against Palace a few times, don't they? And again, I did hasten to mention that Newcastle likes to throw a spanner in the works when they play Man City or Liverpool, and Crystal Palace seems to be the prime terminator for these clubs, if you will, for causing an upset, beating them or drawing them. I don't think they're going to do it this time, though, purely because Man City, despite not being at the best, maybe it was a glimpse into what we're going to see over the next 7 or 8 years. When Newcastle do have millions and billions out on the pitch, not just hundreds of millions like they have at this stage. But it was a great game to watch, and I think Crystal Palace will do fine this season. But I think Man City will want to get their feet back under the ground, take advantage of another Liverpool slip. Because they've gained a point at the moment, the way the results going for them, even further on Liverpool. And if they can, I think they'll beat Crystal Palace, and I'm going to give them a 2-0. 2-0. I was thinking 2-1, but I'm going to go 2-0.
2-0. I think Palace are going to have a decent season. It's Patrick Vieira's second season. He's proved me wrong again last season by having the good season, but although I did go for a Newcastle draw, that was because it was at Newcastle, and I think it does make a big difference to them. I can't see Palace getting anything from this. If it was at Palace, I could possibly see a draw, but Manchester City are going to be a bit like Liverpool after this. They're going to be hurt. They're going to be stung. It's like poking the bear, really, isn't it? So I am going to go with I'm going to agree with you, Brad. 2-0. No, I'm not going to go 3-0. There we go. No. I used to be indecisive. Now I'm not so sure. I'm going to go 2-0 to agree with you. And Anthony's gone 3-1 Manchester City. Okay, the last game on Sunday, on Saturday, the late game on Sky. It's the London Derby, and it's the big London team hosting the smaller London team. But that said, in fairness to Arsenal, they are slowly getting bigger and bigger. So one day, in the next couple of seasons, they might be as big as Fulham. That's just for you, Anthony. I'm not going to say anything because I had a little word with Steve before we came live. Which way is this going to go, Steve?
Well, Anthony, this is what happened over the pre-season. My son made me watch the behind the scenes at Arsenal, which, to be fair, I totally enjoyed. I think they've got a good manager, they've got good players, they've got a nice ground, but Fulham are going to win 1-0.
I had the sound effect all ready to go then, and I thought he's actually going to go for an Arsenal victory. You couldn't quite do it, could you, Steve?
To be fair, I really enjoyed it, and it was good to see what goes on behind the scenes there. But I still can't, get him.
I love it, you little sod. I do. Oh my God! Yeah, I thought for a minute you had me going. In fairness, I've only watched 25 minutes of the first show while I was waiting for a kickoff over the weekend. And yeah, I was quite impressed with what I've seen. But then again, I think Arteta is taking them the right direction, unlike a certain manager who's taking the team in the other direction.
To be fair, the way he stood his stance against Aubameyang, fair play to him because he could have got into a lot of, trouble over that. But fair play to him; it was the right decision.
I think so. Brad.
Some Arsenal fans still won't be happy, but Arsenal have done, they've done well in the transfer. It shows, I've said it numerous times. I thought highly of the transfers they brought in, and they've finally proved that maybe sticking by a manager and trusting in what he can do can pay off in the long run. It proves that board probably were never going to get rid of Arteta even when they weren't doing so well, and it's working out for them. Fulham seem to have a little bit more oomph about them this season than they have in previous seasons when they've come up and kind of been a bit of a Norwich. I called them a Norwich 2.1, but they came really into the game against Brentford and deserved the 3 points. I think there's going to be a lot, but I don't think Fulham are getting anything. I'm sorry, Steve. I think Arsenal are going to win this 5-2.
Liverpool are back. Sorry, 5-2?
Yes.
Oh, you are going for a goal fest, young man. Oh, Fernandes. Liverpool have got a goal back, and Bruno Fernandes will not let them have the ball. And now he's pretending he's been hit in the eye. Man United, Fernandes. Book him for that, ref. Book him. he would not let even in front of the referee, he would not let the ball go. What a winker Mr. Fernandez is, and he's supposed to be captain tonight as well. I just can't believe that you've gone that. So you're sticking with 5-2.
Yeah, honestly, Arsenal are on fire in front of goal, mate. They're a goal machine. They're goal machines at the moment. And if Fulham come out and try and go hell for leather for them, I can see Fulham scoring, but I can see Arsenal just putting them to the sword. And look what they did to us when we thought we had a chance to sniff.
Yeah,
they ran through it.
Can I just say, I don't know if you guys saw the Liverpool goal and the incident after that. Any other team, had it not been Man United at Man United, Fernandes would have got a booking, wouldn't he?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
They just look after the top 6 players. You've seen that over the last couple of years. There's a lot of players still going down when they shouldn't go down, acting like that. They should be fined heavily. The FA should come in and say that's just cheating. Fernandes has gone down 4 times in the first half, rolling round, and he's still got up when the referee's done nothing about it. That just shows her the way things are going.
And I get holding on to the ball because you want to delay Liverpool getting it, etc. But at some point, you've got to let them have it. I just hope there's plenty of time added on for that. I don't like Fernandes. He's like an older Fafana. He cries if he doesn't get his own way. Bless you, Brad. Bless you. Having said that about Brad's 5-2, I'm actually not going to go quite that mad, but I think Arsenal, they impressed me so much when they played us. They put us in our place. They've stuck with Arteta, so all credit to them for doing that. He's taking that team in the right way, in the right direction. And I just think that they are going to have too much. We know Fulham. And like you say, and for me, I'm going 3-0. So I'm virtually going the same as Brad, but I'm going for the
so kind to Fulham.
Sorry, Brad.
Sorry, my signal keeps cutting out. What I did say is you're not being as kind to Fulham as I was then.
No, I'm not. No. I'm Anthony says, I think Steve should go Brad score too. Now, come on, you got him actually saying something nice about Arsenal. You can't expect, baby steps now. Come on, Anthony, baby steps. We're going to go on to Sunday's game, and we'll do that straight after this.
You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV with Chris and Chums. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. All you need for everything Leicester City FC. It's Leicester Till I Die TV.
In a world where cat videos and memes rule the feeds.
Watch us on YouTube. Listen on your favorite podcast platform or ask your smart speaker to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.
Yeah, please do that if you haven't already. Smash that subscribe button and hit the likes as well. It does help. Ronaldo's coming on. Eriksen's going off. Villa are hosting West Ham. A battle of the Clarets here, Steve. West Ham having a worse start than ourselves with 3 losses. I predicted that West Ham would struggle last season. They didn't. And they've made signings. They have made some signings, but they're still sat there bottom with 3 losses and no goals scored. So, they haven't even got the ball in the net yet. And they are playing a Villa side. Like we said earlier, they had a tough start. I'm just trying Villa here. They lost to the Bournemouth, which was a shock on the opening day. They beat Everton, and then they lost to Crystal Palace. So they've had 3 games, Villa, that you could have looked at on paper and said they should have won, and they've only managed to win 1. Is this going to be more away day claret and blue for West Ham? See what I did there? See what I did?
I think last season West Ham were winning games when they weren't playing well. I think that's why they had such a good season. I think they found it the other way around at the moment. When they are not playing well, they're not winning. I think they're lucky to be playing Villa at the moment because Aston Villa are in the same kind of thing. I don't think he's found his right team at Villa, and I think he's trying to do what Rodgers is doing. He's messing about, tinkering and whatever. So the way West Ham's form's going and the way Aston Villa is still trying to find their best team, I can see this one being a no goals draw.
Very 0-0. You're agreeing with Anthony again. Brad, are you going to agree with Anthony?
I want to change my score prediction now, but yes, I am. Both teams are in dire form, dire need of starting something because West Ham need to start. And well, I can't believe they haven't scored. I thought they'd at least scored in one of the games, but the fact that they still haven't scored yet. Aston Villa, I saw after the result against Palace that Steven Gerrard's only won 3 of his last 13 games as Villa manager. So they'll be happy to probably get a point from us, even though they are at home. West Ham will probably like at least a score draw to get their goal scoring up and running. But again, they need to start somewhere, and I have to agree with Steve and Anthony. I'm happy to agree with Steve. If Anthony could change his score prediction, that'd be helpful. But I'm going 0-0 as well.
I've got to say, Villa. As I say, West Ham haven't scored any goals. Aston Villa have managed 3, but they've conceded 6. I am going to agree with you guys, but I think I'm going to go 1-1 because I can see West Ham getting a goal, but I can't see them holding on to the lead. So I'm going to go with the draw, but I'm going to go 1-1. So can't quite make the full house there, but it was interesting. TV on Sky, the first game on Sky on the Sunday, Steve. Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are again not having a good start, hosting Newcastle United, who are. Is this going to go the way that the form book suggests?
I think the pitch is going to go against Newcastle. And not having the big crowd behind them, I think Newcastle are going to be more dangerous at home than they are going to be away. Wolves always going to be the same. They're going to be strong in possession. They're on the home ground. But this one as well, I can't see a result either side getting it. Mm-hmm. So, and the way Newcastle play on the break when they're at home, I can't see them doing it against Wolves. So again, I think this is going to be a stubborn, hard-fought game. So I'm going to go for 0-0 on this one as well.
0-0. You won't be watching. You won't be watching much on Match of the Day, will you? For your scores come in. God, Brad, I hope your 5-2 comes off. Brad, 5 minutes extra added on, and Klopp's not happy with it. He wants more. Which way are you going to go? Anthony's gone 1-0 to Newcastle.
I don't like the look of Wolves this season. They had a little bit of a run near the back end of last season that bumped them up a bit, but they don't look impressive under this large, or however you say his name. Newcastle look good, whether you like it or not. Maybe you didn't expect it to be getting off to such a good start as they have, but you know they're proving people. Eddie Howe's got it right already, it seems, with the squad and players he's brought in. I don't think much changes here. I think Newcastle will go to Molineux, play without fear, and Wolves don't look like a side that can handle themselves in a 5-a-side match, let alone opposition at the moment. I'm going 2-0 Newcastle.
2-0 to Newcastle. I agree, Brad, 100%, even on the scoreline. They've got a good manager at Newcastle. I think we all agree with that in Eddie Howe. I can see Wolves struggling. They've had, Who would have known? I just turned my head to the right and Fernandes is on the floor. Wow, what a surprise. Wolves lost, drawn, lost. So they've had a bit of a Leicester start. They've only managed to score the one goal. Newcastle, you know, they got, yes, they beat Nottingham Forest, and I love you, Newcastle, for that. They drew against Brighton 0-0, but I mean, they played so well against Man City. I've got them actually as finishing sort of 6th, 7th, 8th, around that sort of position. And I'm going to go totally with you, Brad, on a 2-0. I really, really am. And then, Steve, you're going to upset either a load of Spurs fans or you're going to upset me. Between Nottingham Forest, let's give them the proper name, Notts Forest, the second biggest team in Nottingham, hosting Tottenham Hotspur, who are having an amazing start. Yes, they got a bit of luck last week against Wolves in the last goal. We do know that they do like a last-minute goal, don't we, at Tottenham? Is this going to be a Tottenham walkover?
2-0 Forest. That's all I'm saying. 2-0 Forest. I've seen the behind the scenes at Tottenham. That never changed my mind either. Whereas the Arsenal one did.
I'm going to have to say this to you, I'm afraid, Steve.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
I'm sorry. I love you to bits, mate, but I'm sorry. The only thing that's stopping me getting annoyed is the fact that I know how you are about Tottenham, so that's allowing you a bit of a leeway. Brad, please do not agree with the win.
Not a chance. Do not worry yourself, Christopher. I have such a disdain for this club and a lack of interest for their so-called achievement being back in this division, and you know their highest achievement being beaten us in the FA Cup 4th round in the last 30 odd years. That sorry, Steve. I admire your hatred. You know I'm a fan of your hatred and commitment towards predicting Spurs to lose every week. But this is a reverse, I'm afraid, as I say, mate. Nottingham Forest 0, Spurs 5.
5. Whoa.
I hope Forest get a kick in.
I am going to just say, well said, Brad. I like the cut of your jib, sir. I do. I'm going to have to agree. I'm going to go 4, but I'm going to agree with you. I would love it to be 5, 6. Take our record and beat them 10-0, please, Tottenham. You know, Anthony's gone. He's gone for 3-3. Wow, but. Well, there we are. It's nice to have Steve back, and hopefully I might get a few points up on you this week. Fingers crossed. Steve, nice to have you back. Like I said, I'm sorry that your holiday was cut short, and hope everything will work all right for that. And I appreciate you giving up your time and coming on, even though you did say that Forest were going to win. And just remember, I have a certain set of skills. I don't know what those skills are. I'm not going to lie to you, but if I find out what they were, I will search you and I will find you. Steve, thank you very much, mate. I'll see you possibly next week. We're going to do it a bit differently next week because there's midweek games on. So we're looking at 5 o'clock on the blah, blah, blah. I'm on this week, 5 o'clock on Monday. So if you can, be great. But we'll speak before then anyway.
Yeah, okay, mate.
And Anthony here. Nice to see you, Steve. Arsenal win next time, mate. I think just copy and paste that every week, Anthony. Cheers, Steve, mate. Take care.
See you later. Good night, mate.
Bye-bye. Nice to have Steve back. Brad, Brad's camera's not working again. So we'll say, Brad, thank you very much for coming on. I don't think his microphone is working either. Are you there, Brad? Earth calling Brad.
Sorry, mate. It keeps freezing my end, so I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll let you go, mate. Thank you very much for coming on. I will say for Brad that if you've not checked his channel out, it's a matter of opinion. It's a discussion channel. The link is in the description below. So do go and click on that and give him a follow on Twitter at Fulltime Focus. Like I say, he's having problems at his end, so I'll give those a shout out for him. Thank you to everybody for joining in. It's nice to have Steve back as well. Let's say I hope I can pick a few points up now that Steve is back. Fingers crossed. Anyway, fingers crossed. I will see you all tomorrow night for the watch along of the Caribou Cup, Stockport versus Leicester. How many is Stockport going to win by? You think I'm joking? All right, guys. Thanks so much. Stay tuned for, like I say, that watch along tomorrow. Be about 7:15. I'll see you then. Thanks to Steve. Thanks to Brad. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. If you listened, I will speak to you all tomorrow. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow night. I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm losing the will to live. Good night. Take care. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't enjoy. Good night now.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too or I'll be back.
Sam Spindler on the pitch, they think it's all over. It is now.